Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Leon Street back again, coaches, experts, consultants. It's your boy. I'm here and I've got another great topic for you, especially if you want to overcome this challenge right now. And the reason being, this challenge is all about sales. And, I talk about sales and marketing. As a visionary marketing coach, it's one of the hot topics. And in this particular video, I'm talking about how to overcome the price objection. I don't have the money. And, like this has many variations, like it costs too much or different things like that. And what I want to look at today is simply how you overcome this objection when it comes to selling your coaching programs, services, and just going to the next level. And if you've ever come across this objection before, what I can say is, it's probably stumped you. I guess in the early days of, when I first got into business, even before I was a coach, it was a difficult thing back in my marketing agency when people said, it costs too much or I don't have the money. And the reality is that quite often the objection actually is in your head. The fear and the challenge is in your head, believe it or not. And so what I'm going to do is give you some practical steps on what I mean by that and how you can actually overcome this objection. And, if you're in business right now, you got some prospects and you're about to do some sales calls, this is perfect timing for you, I guess. So before we get into it, guys, remember, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're broadcasting live on YouTube and on Facebook in various places. So head on over to leonstreet.com/YouTube and you'll be redirected to my YouTube channel where you can click on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my upcoming live streams and get all the videos when they're uploaded, which they are. I usually have about 2 to 3 videos uploaded per week plus the live streams. So lots of great content. Go check out the playlists on the YouTube channel as well, guys. Lots of great content, marketing, sales, mindset, all the things you need to grow your coaching and expert business. So, okay. So you presented your offer to the prospect. You've just revealed the price. And this is the point where you're about to get into, are they in, are they out? And you're also probably there with a bit of fear, anticipation, thinking, I wonder if this is going to be a goer. And boom, you drop the price. Now it's at this point, it's either going to go really well or you're going to hit the objections. And I don't know about you, if you're watching this right now, if you're watching live or even on the replay, guys, just let me know, is this at this point in the conversation, your sales conversation, are you confident or are you not so confident? Yeah. And it's literally the pivot point or the fulcrum point for a lot of people, especially coaches trying to get that next sale, especially when you need that next sale and you desperately need the next sale. It's not an easy ride, guys. And this literally can feel like boom, both boom to you because you're expecting a response and waiting for a response and not quite sure what the response is going to be. And then the client has been given the price and, perhaps either you can hear their tone on the phone, you can see their face if you're broadcasting or got the call live on Zoom or something like that, like Skype. And it's that moment. So what happens next? Well, it's very simple. Like, where do you go from here? So this is the point where, the challenge kind of kicks in. Boom, price objection. And the objection is going to come at you, plain and simple. It's going to be price. Yeah. And they're going to say, I don't have the money. And it's going to look something along the lines of what I'll come up with and show you in a moment. But I want to show you exactly where this comes from. So I'm not revealing anything that isn't available for you to check out right now. So most of you know already. Let me get it on screen properly. There we are. So More Leads, More Clients. This is my #1 best-selling book. Yeah, More Leads, More Clients. You can get it on Amazon. International bestseller on Amazon. I released it back in 2018. And the stuff in this book is priceless and it's golden. Why? Because I reveal everything that you need as a coach. That's why I called it the 10-step marketing manifesto to becoming one of the most valued and highly paid coaches in your industry, because it's all in here. And the price objection handling is in here. So all I'm going to do is take an extract out of the book and show you exactly how to handle the price objection. It doesn't matter whether you're a coach, a consultant, an expert. It doesn't matter what kind of business you're in. This stuff and what I put in the book is universal, which is why it works, right? So page 136. So if you do get the book, More Leads, More Clients, go onto Amazon. You can get the book. It's on there. It's about £12. I don't know what that is. It's about $15, $17 in US. and you can get it. But page 136, let's just go there quickly. Here we are, page 136. It will look like that. Yeah. And in there, in the book, objection handling examples and how to handle them. So not only do I take you through the process of how to handle them, there's actually examples, the exact examples that I use, exact examples that my clients use, and it's all there, plain to see, right? So there are 7 key objections, which I'm going to get into in a moment, but it's all in the book. But let's have a look at how you handle objections. So taking a closer look at the 3 steps to handling objections. So it's very simple. It's called the 3 A's. You agree, you address the objection, and then you advance the person through. So you advance them past the objection, and usually to the point where they're making a buying decision, like, yep, ready to go, I'm in. So those are the 3 steps. But what does that mean? Let's just get into it. So it's basically this: you agree with the prospect, like, yes, I agree it is expensive, or yes, I agree, times are tough and perhaps you don't have the money. You agree with them. And the reason why you agree is rather than going at them on the defensive where they get their barriers up and that fight mentality, actually you're agreeing with them, and it kind of takes them back. So like, oh, you agree? You're like, yeah. So where that comes from is empathy. That's what the agree part is. You empathize with them, so they're like, oh, he understands where I am. Doesn't mean that you actually 100% agree. It means that you understand, but you don't fully agree because you're about to test that objection, and that's what it's all about. And for me, what I find is that when you come across objections, it's not the end of the conversation, guys. And if you're a coach expert right now and you're hitting this objection and you're coming across it, there's a few other things that I'm going to give you as some real value tips that you can use that will help you to progress your sales. But it's not the end of the sales conversation. Let me just tell you straight now. If you've hit sales objections in the past, just give me a yes in the comments. If you've hit a sales objection in the past week, just give me a yes in the comments as well. This is a common one. A lot of people come across this. I come across it. I come across it every now and again, and I come across it less now because I know what to do to preempt it before I even get to that part. But it still happens. And the only way you can find out if it's a real valid objection, i.e., I don't have the money, literally they don't have the money, is by qualifying. And a lot of the times, this is where people make the mistake. They don't go through a qualifying stage. But I'm going to get into that in a moment, guys, and I'm going to explain how you can use that for you in your business to get better results, especially when it comes to closing more sales and onboarding more clients. So the first step is agree with the prospect. The second thing is address their issue. And so when I say address their issue, it's simply you address the fact that price is, a problem for them, not for you. And so the first thing is I agree. Yeah. The second thing is address the issue. And I've got some examples. I'm going to give you the exact example in a bit. And these are the examples, as I said, that come directly out of my book, More Leads, More Clients. Go onto Amazon right now. You can get it worldwide. Or you can go to moreleadsmoreclientsbook.com. I recommend you go on Amazon because you can probably get it on Prime delivery, get it next day. But anyway, address their issue, meaning that you actually speak to them about the issue. Don't avoid it. Address the issue. Don't avoid price and like, okay, then I guess you're not interested, or I guess you can't afford it then. Bye-bye. No. Wrong tactic. And then the third step is you advance them through, because once you've addressed the issue in the right way, which I'm going to give you one example that you can use in a moment, you should be in a position where you can advance them through to closing, or you can advance them through to the next objection if that happens. Not so common, but it does happen, and move them forward. So let's get into it. There are 7 types of objections that may arise, and here's how to handle price. Right. So price is, I've got no money. There's no money left on the credit cards, or maybe there is money left on the credit cards. Maybe they don't reveal that, or maybe they have no money in their current account, but they got money in the savings account. And this may also be true. But the thing is, if you don't handle the objection, you'll never know that. Yeah, right. So if a person says I don't have the money, or it costs too much, or something along the lines of that with price, like, you've got to handle the objection to know the truth. And sometimes people can be caught up in their own situation, their own circumstances, and forget that they actually do have access to, money in their savings account that they want to take you up on your offer because they want your help and they have a problem that your offer can help them with. Or perhaps they forget that, they've got finances on a credit card, or I don't know, other sources of income. Or perhaps they just didn't really bite into your USP, your value proposition. And that might be a reason why they're objecting as well. So no money. So let me give you the example of what the money objection is. So I'm just going to zoom in a bit. So it costs too much, or variations of that, as in, I don't have the money, it costs too much, or it seems expensive. That's the money objection, guys. So some form of financial objection, that's what it is. I don't have the money set aside. I haven't budgeted for it. Or you even get some people saying, I don't make the decision on the first call. Yeah, which if that has come back as a response during the part where you have covered price, it's a price objection, guys. So do they understand the difference between price and value? Because this is what you got to consider. Yeah, this is how you handle objections rather than avoid them. The next thing is, did you present your USP, your unique selling proposition, and your unique mechanism, the reason why you are the person who can help them and why you are the main solution provider for them out of all the other choices that they have, in a way that clearly sets you apart from the competition, i.e. you can't get this elsewhere. And these two things they cover part of what's going on with the objection here, but I want to kind of just break this down just a little bit, just so you understand, because a lot of people, like I said, people avoid the price objection. They avoid it in the sense that they think, well, that's the end of it, don't know where to turn. But the reality is that there's a number of things going on, and the thing is, did they understand the difference between price and value? Meaning, did you demonstrate value for them to see a clear difference, for them to see actually the value in what you're going to provide? The end result far outweighs whatever the price is, and usually that's the case for people who want to get help. So long as they can see the value, so long as they can see the end results possible with your support, the price makes like not much difference. There's going to be market limits, there's going to be limits to the individual's budget, but usually it's just for them to clearly see what the value is compared to the price. That's one step. The second one is, the USP. How do you solve that USP? Seeing your unique selling proposition or your value proposition. It's very simple. Perhaps your marketing didn't do its job. You may have got the person on the call, but did you qualify leading up to that sales call? Or did they see the opportunity leading up to that sales call? And did you qualify them to say, actually, you've seen the offer and now you qualify to actually have time with me on the phone? And this is where a lot of people go wrong. Like they jump on the call, which is great. You're taking action and so on. But a lot of the times when you do hit objections, it's usually because the person hasn't seen whatever the offer is. And don't get me wrong, you can pick up the phone and you can present an offer on the phone, whether it's on Zoom, whether it's on an audio call, like mobile, really doesn't matter. But if you can preempt these things, it puts you in a way better position, in a position of power. That's what I like to call it, because it makes it effortless. And you probably hear people saying, would you love to close high value sales effortlessly? Would you love to handle objections for high value sales effortlessly? And the reality is, if your marketing has done its work, that's what makes your sales effortless, as well as practice. Yeah, I'm not going to avoid that part. If you don't sell, every day, you're rusty. It's that simple. If you're selling on a weekly basis, you're still rusty. It's only those who sell every day that actually they run like a well-oiled engine. And sometimes that's why people hire closers, like high ticket closers, or outsource it to a salesperson. But I'm saying this in your coaching business. If you're under 20K a month, then it's best that you are the person who gets the business up to that point, because you'll understand more about presenting the right value proposition or USP and figuring out where are the holes in what you're doing. You could work with somebody like sales coach or whatever like that, just to understand perhaps where you're making sales mistakes. And it's something that, even though I'm a marketing coach, obviously from marketing to sales, it's the natural step. And a lot of my clients, I do work with them on how to make sure that they overcome their misbehaviors around selling, meaning their own hang-ups and their own fears, and how to get past that so that they do sell effortlessly. Yeah, there's always some effort, don't get me wrong, but it just becomes much easier. So money objection, it costs too much. And the variations are the prospect understanding the difference between price and value. And then the other one is perhaps you haven't presented your USP or the value proposition beforehand or qualified beforehand. So let's say you're now on the phone this is how you handle the price objection. This is one example. Remember, you can get more. They're in the book. Just check out the book. It's on Amazon. Let me just zoom in so you can see. Yeah, more leads, more clients. You can go get it. More leads, more clients. Get it on Amazon, and page 136, and you can get all of the objections. You know, I need more information. I need to think about it. All those things. But anyway, today's price. So here's how you respond. So when somebody says, oh, it costs too much of the money, you can typically use this one. So, hey, I totally agree. I've been in that situation where I've seen the price on my head has totally exploded. The key is not how much the program costs, but how much getting the solution to your problem is worth to you. There's no such thing as a solution to a problem that is too expensive. Yeah. There's only those people who aren't willing to do what it takes to get the problem solved. I'm ready to do what it takes for you, as in you saying that to the prospect. Are you ready to do what it takes for yourself? Yeah, let's do this. And so the let's do this part is part of you presumptively, you know, moving the person forward, advancing them. It's a micro advance. And then at that point, what you're waiting for is really a response, because you've responded to the objection. First of all, you addressed it. You agreed, you addressed it, and then you advanced them. It's a tiny advance at the end. But if there is a further, you know, objection at that point, it's simply that you need to present the offer and really get to the point. And what you can do is, the person might say, yeah, I get that, makes sense, but I'm still not quite sure. And then what you can do, and this is explained in the book as well, you know, so I'm not preaching something that's not in there, is that you may need to cycle back through the objection. You may have missed something, or you may not have asked the question of when you agreed and then you addressed it, perhaps that the person didn't reveal all of what's going on. But usually when you present the offer, yeah, what you can then say, because they've seen the offer and you've now answered the money objection, you can simply say to them, you know, if we put money to aside, you know, for now, everything in the program, do you believe that it can help you get the results that I said that it can help you get? And if the person says yes, that means they are literally in the position to say they want to commit to it. And then you can simply ask them and you say, great. So it, you know, it will help you to deliver on, you know, the key areas that you said that you want to solve. So should we get you onboarded? Yeah. And at that point, you can either give them just a straight yes, no, and it depends on the conversation. You'll feel it when you're in that moment, or you can simply give them an alternate close. And it's simply this, is that Visa or MasterCard? Yeah. And at that point, the person is going to tell you whether or not they're willing to go. And all you've got to do, your job is very simple, guys. You stay quiet. You wait for them to respond first. And it says that in the book as well. So if you're a culture expert and you're experiencing this and you've got to the point where you've hit the money objection, like I said to you, you can solve it with your marketing beforehand. You need people to have seen your offer before they even get to speak to you. You know, if you can help it, most of the times, I'd say about 80 to 90% of people see my offer before they even get to speak to me on a sales call. And if a person doesn't see the offer beforehand, that's still okay. I've had many clients, I've sold clients for like $40,000, which is around about £30,000 without seeing an offer beforehand. So it's not something that you strictly have to stick to. And there are exceptions, but 80 to 90% of the time, if a person sees your offer beforehand, you're in the money. That's what I coach my clients on. So what happens when you handle the objection? So when you manage the objection, what does it look like? It looks like this, guys. You start to turn your leads into, like, here's one of my clients, Dwayne, £18,000 in sales. That was February just gone. Here's another client, $13,000 in one day. Here's another client off the back of leads, 879 leads in 3 days, which turned into, I can't remember the time, it's something like 5,000 euros. And it was ongoing because she had to, work her way through those leads. £10,000 in 30 days. Here's another client, £18,000, 2020. This was a client from there launching a coaching program. Another client here turned 3,000 into 100,000 in 4 to 5 months. And this is it, guys. The more you are able to handle objections, the more you can close deals, just like what you've seen on the screen. So what's the point that I'm getting to? Well, it's this simple, guys. If you are coming up with objections and you want to avoid, more objections, or actually reduce the amount of objections you get, because you will still get them, and it's still your job to manage the objections when they come up. But if you want to avoid that and be in a position where you are generating, anything from 10,000 plus per month, then you're probably in a position where you want to get more help managing objections and be in a position where your marketing preempts the objections, right? So you can get more sales, more time to do the things you love. If that's you, simply comment ease below this video, comment ease, and I will send you details about how I can help you to fix objections in your business and generate more leads so that you can grow your coaching business to the next level. So on that note, guys, I hope that has made sense. I hope you found it valuable. I hope the price objection has given you at least the first steps of what you can do to actively start, getting past the objection. And if you got any further questions, remember, just drop your questions below this video. I'm more than happy to come to your comments, as I do come to them individually, and answer your questions. And if there's any other objections that you'd like me to tackle, just get my tongue in the right place, then I'm more than happy to do that. And remember, all the objections, they start in the book. So let me just go back out. More leads, more clients, page 136, and you'll find exactly how to handle objections. But there's nothing like getting the direct help. And so if you do want the direct help, remember, just comment ease below this video and I'll reach out to you and send you more details about how you can fix that in your business right now. So then, guys, final note, if you have enjoyed this content, please remember you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I do want to send you there. Why? There's some fantastic videos on there. You've got something like 150 videos. All you've got to do is visit the link that you see on the screen, leonstreet.com/YouTube, or just type Leon Street into YouTube and you'll see the channel. Hit subscribe, click on the subscribe button, click on the notification bell, and you'll be notified of all the upcoming live streams as well as the new videos that we upload on the channel. So on that note, guys, it is Wednesday evening here in the UK. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my evening. So wherever you are, have a great time. Bye-bye.